Welcome, patrons. In today's adventure, we will delve into 9 Stoic principles that will help you discover true connection with the person you desire, making them obsessed with you. Before we begin, I recommend watching the entire video to not miss any details. Remember to also subscribe and activate the notification bell if you want more similar content. Without further ado, let's begin. Our first principle is a simple yet profound one. Do not sacrifice your authenticity to appease the expectations of others. In a world that often demands conformity, it can be tempting to mold ourselves into the image of what others desire. Yet, in doing so, we sacrifice the very essence of who we are, trading our integrity for the hollow promise of acceptance. Instead, we must embrace our uniqueness and stand firm in our convictions, refusing to compromise our values for the sake of approval. As Seneca aptly observed, everywhere means nowhere. To seek validation from external sources is to chase after a fleeting illusion, forever eluding our grasp. True fulfillment lies not in the adulation of others, but in the quiet certainty of self-knowledge. We must learn to trust in our own judgment and embrace the path that resonates most deeply with our innermost being. In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, to be yourself in a world that is constantly trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Let us, therefore, cast off the shackles of societal expectation and embrace the radiant authenticity of our true selves. Let us stand tall in the light of our own uniqueness, shining brightly amidst a sea of conformity. Our second principle speaks to the dangers of obsession, the perilous path that leads us down the treacherous road of dependency and despair. While love is a beautiful and transformative force, when taken to excess, it can become a destructive obsession, consuming us from within. Obsession, in its most insidious form, robs us of our autonomy, blinding us to all else but the object of our desire. We become enslaved to our own passions, sacrificing our dignity and self-respect in pursuit of an elusive ideal. Our thoughts become consumed with fantasies of possession and control, while our actions betray the very values we hold dear. Yet, in our obsession, we find not fulfillment but emptiness, a void that can never be filled by the fleeting pleasures of possession. True love, by its very nature, respects the autonomy of the other, recognizing that to possess is not to love but to control. It is a love that nurtures and empowers, allowing each individual to flourish in their own right. And so, let us heed the wisdom of the Stoics and guard against the siren call of obsession. Let us cultivate a love that is grounded in respect and mutual admiration, free from the shackles of possessiveness and control. Let us embrace the beauty of love in its purest form, allowing it to uplift and inspire us on our journey through life. Our third principle is a simple yet profound one. Prioritize your own happiness and well-being above all else. In our quest to please others, we often neglect our own needs and desires, sacrificing our happiness on the altar of selflessness. Yet, true happiness can never be found in the service of others alone. It must first be cultivated within. Just as a tree cannot bear fruit without first nourishing its roots, so too must we nourish our own spirits before we can truly give of ourselves to others. It is a lesson that is as old as time itself, yet one that we often forget in our eagerness to please. In the words of the ancient philosopher Epictetus, no one is free who is not master of himself. Let us, therefore, take ownership of our own happiness, refusing to be swayed by the whims of others. Let us cultivate a sense of inner peace and contentment that is independent of external circumstances, knowing that true happiness lies not in the approval of others but in the quiet certainty of self-acceptance. And so, my friends, let us embark on this journey together, armed with the wisdom of the ages and the courage of our convictions. Let us reclaim control over our own destinies, forging relationships that are built on a foundation of mutual respect and understanding. Let us embrace the beauty of authenticity, the power of love, and the joy of self-discovery. And above all else, let us prioritize our own happiness and well-being, knowing that only then can we truly give of ourselves to others. In the intricate tapestry of human relationships, there exists an undeniable truth. The sanctity of one's own essence, one's authenticity, should never be bartered or compromised in the pursuit of playing a supporting role in someone else's narrative. It is akin to stepping onto the grand stage of life and realizing that the spotlight, the pen, the script, they are all within your grasp. You hold the power to craft your own story, to weave the threads of your existence into a narrative that resonates with your innermost being. Therefore, it is imperative to safeguard your inner peace and joy as you navigate the vicissitudes of life's stage. With unyielding resolve, fortify the citadel of your spirit, refusing to yield to the whims of circumstance or the caprices of others. Your happiness is not a commodity to be bartered or traded away. It is an immutable birthright, an inherent facet of your being that deserves to be nurtured and protected at all costs. Your thoughts are sovereign, belonging solely to you, and you alone wield the power to shape the contours of your destiny. As we traverse the labyrinthine pathways of life, we encounter myriad trials and tribulations, hurdles that test the limits of our strength and threaten to cast a shadow over our happiness. Yet, even in the face of adversity, we have the capacity to persevere, to emerge victorious, if only we cultivate resilience and prioritize our well-being above all else. The journey towards self-care begins with a simple acknowledgement of its importance, an acknowledgement that you are deserving of love, kindness, and compassion, starting with yourself. Dedicate time to activities that nourish your body, mind, and spirit. Engage in pursuits that ignite your passion and fill your soul with contentment. Whether it be indulging in creative endeavors, communing with nature, or simply basking in the warmth of a loved one's embrace, prioritize those activities that bring you joy and serenity. But self-care extends beyond the realm of solitary pursuits. It encompasses the cultivation of meaningful relationships that uplift and empower us. Surround yourself with individuals who inspire you, who believe in your dreams, and who celebrate your successes as their own. Forge deep bonds with family, friends, and kindred spirits whose unwavering support sustains you through life's inevitable trials and tribulations. Practice gratitude as a daily ritual, a sacred act of acknowledging the blessings that grace your life, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. Take moments of quiet reflection to express appreciation for the abundance that surrounds you, for the love that envelopes you, and for the myriad gifts that enrich your existence. In cultivating an attitude of gratitude, you cultivate a spirit of resilience, a resilience that enables you to weather life's storms with grace and equanimity. When faced with challenges, approach them with a spirit of curiosity and courage, recognizing them not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. Cultivate healthy coping mechanisms that empower you to navigate adversity with grace and resilience, whether through mindfulness practices, journaling, or seeking support from trusted confidants. Establish clear boundaries to protect your well-being and preserve your happiness, refusing to compromise your values or sacrifice your peace of mind for the sake of others. Learn to assertively communicate your needs and desires, recognizing that your voice matters, and your worth is not contingent upon the approval of others. Embrace your resilience as a testament to your inner strength, a strength that enables you to rise from the ashes of adversity, stronger and more resilient than before. Cultivate a growth mindset that sees challenges not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones on the path to personal growth and fulfillment. In the tapestry of life, your health and happiness are precious threads that weave the fabric of your existence. Cherish them, nurture them, and protect them with unwavering devotion. For in doing so, you honor the sanctity of your own essence, embracing the fullness of your being and embracing the infinite possibilities that lie within. Number 4, don't forsake friends or family for someone else. In the kaleidoscope of human relationships, family and friends are the steadfast anchors that ground us amidst life's tempestuous seas. They are the pillars of support that uphold us in times of need, the guiding lights that illuminate our darkest hours. To forsake these precious bonds in favor of a romantic partner is to sever the very roots that nourish our souls, to forsake the foundation upon which our lives are built. Each friend and family member is akin to a branch on the tree of life, a branch that provides shade in times of scorching heat, shelter in times of torrential rain. To sever these branches is to weaken the very tree that sustains us, leaving us vulnerable to the vagaries of fate. Plato once remarked that people are like soil. They can either nourish us and help us grow, or they can hinder our growth and cause us to wither and die. By cutting ourselves off from our loved ones to please another, we choose the latter path, a path fraught with loneliness and regret. But it is never too late to mend the bonds that have been frayed, to nurture the connections that sustain us and give us strength. Take the initiative to reconnect with those cherished individuals who have stood by you through thick and thin. Invest in your support network, for it is a wellspring of love and encouragement that will sustain you through life's myriad trials and tribulations. In a world that often prioritizes romantic relationships above all else, it is easy to lose sight of the importance of familial and platonic bonds. Yet, it is these connections that form the bedrock of our emotional well-being and provide us with the strength to weather life's storms. Let us not forsake them in pursuit of fleeting passions, but rather cherish them as the precious gifts they are, a source of solace, joy, and unwavering support in an ever-changing world. In the intricate web of human connections lies a wealth of wisdom and resilience, forged through shared experiences and mutual understanding. These bonds, with family, friends, and even acquaintances, serve as guiding lights, offering perspectives and coping mechanisms to navigate life's labyrinthine complexities. However, should we lose touch with these connections, we risk missing out on invaluable insights that could illuminate our paths and enrich our journey of growth and self-discovery. Fulfillment and satisfaction. While romantic relationships can undoubtedly bring profound happiness and satisfaction, they should not monopolize our emotional well-being. Family and friends constitute the cornerstone of our support network, providing solace, laughter, and shared memories that infuse our lives with joy and meaning. It is within the tapestry of these connections that we find fulfillment, drawing strength from the bonds that tie us together. Balance and equilibrium. Achieving harmony between romantic partnerships and relationships with family and friends is essential for holistic well-being. Neglecting one in favor of the other can lead to feelings of isolation, resentment, and imbalance. By prioritizing equilibrium in these relationships, we foster a sense of wholeness and contentment that permeates every aspect of our lives. Preservation of bonds. While romantic love holds its significance, it should never overshadow the enduring bonds we share with family and friends. These connections serve as pillars of strength, offering unwavering support and companionship through life's trials and triumphs. It is through nurturing and cherishing these bonds that we cultivate a sense of belonging, rooted in the shared experiences and cherished memories that define our relationships. Number 5. Allocate only a fraction of your time to them. Exercise discernment in how you allocate your time, ensuring that you do not squander your most precious resource catering to the never-ending demands of others. Each moment spent excessively on them is a moment of your life irretrievably lost. Time, with its finite nature, is your most valuable asset. Surrendering it entirely to another grants them dominion over your existence. As Seneca astutely observed, it is not that we lack sufficient time to live, but rather that we squander it needlessly. Be vigilant in safeguarding your time, allocating it judiciously to endeavors that nourish your soul and advance your aspirations. Remember, you are the custodian of your own time. Exercise prudence in how you invest it, prioritizing activities that foster your growth and happiness. In today's fast-paced world, where demands vie for our attention from every direction, it is imperative to recognize the importance of setting boundaries, particularly concerning the allocation of our time. One invaluable lesson is the necessity of limiting our investment in certain individuals or pursuits to safeguard our health and pursue our objectives. Here are 5 essential considerations to guide this discernment. Assess your interests. Before committing your time to someone or something, take stock of your interests and aspirations. Ensure that the investment aligns with your core values and objectives. If it fails to contribute to your growth or address a significant need, consider restricting your involvement. Evaluate the exchange. Consider the reciprocity of your interactions with others. Ensure that your contributions are met with mutual respect, appreciation, and support. If you find yourself constantly giving without receiving in return, it may be time to reevaluate the relationship. Prioritize your well-being. Your time is a finite resource, guard it zealously. Prioritize activities that nourish your mind, body, and spirit, ensuring that your investments yield returns in the form of personal growth and fulfillment. Establish boundaries. Learn to say no to demands that encroach upon your time and energy. Set clear boundaries to protect your well-being and preserve your autonomy. Remember, it is okay to prioritize your needs and aspirations above the demands of others. Cultivate quality connections. Invest your time in relationships that uplift and inspire you. Surround yourself with individuals who share your values and aspirations, fostering connections that enrich your life and contribute to your growth and happiness. In embracing these principles, you reclaim ownership of your time, investing it wisely in pursuits that nourish your soul and enrich your journey through life. Remember, your time is your most precious resource. Use it wisely and guard it zealously. Delving into the intricate dance of time allocation, it becomes apparent that discerning what depletes our vitality is paramount. Not every interaction, conversation, or engagement serves to invigorate or inspire us. Indeed, there exist moments where the exchange of energy feels akin to a draining of one's life force, leaving us feeling depleted and weary. It is incumbent upon us to develop the discernment necessary to identify these energy-draining factors and manage the amount of time and attention we allot to them. Setting boundaries emerges as a crucial strategy in safeguarding our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Assertiveness, in this regard, becomes an indispensable skill. It is not merely acceptable but essential to communicate our limits firmly and unapologetically. Far from being impolite or self-centered, expressing our boundaries is an act of self-preservation, an acknowledgement of our inherent worth and the finite nature of our resources. Thus, politely declining invitations or suggesting shorter interactions becomes a deliberate choice in prioritizing quality over quantity in our relationships. Speaking of relationships, the concept of quality over quantity assumes paramount importance. Rather than measuring the depth of our connections by the sheer volume of time spent together, we ought to prioritize the richness of our interactions. A brief yet profound conversation or gesture can often prove more fulfilling than a lengthy but superficial engagement. By emphasizing meaning and connection in our interactions, we invest in ourselves, nurturing our souls and fostering personal growth. Central to this investment is the practice of self-care and personal development. Allocating time each day for activities that nourish our minds, bodies, and souls, whether through reading, exercising, meditating, or pursuing hobbies, becomes not merely a luxury but a non-negotiable aspect of our daily routine. Learning to manage our time and energy efficiently thus emerges as a vital skill for maintaining balance and tranquility in our lives. In the realm of sharing personal experiences, exercising discretion becomes imperative, especially during challenging times. The act of revealing one's entire history to another is akin to divulging every intimate detail and hardship encountered along life's winding path. Our history, particularly its most arduous chapters, is deeply personal, a testament to our resilience and fortitude. Guarding our secrets and sharing only what is necessary not only preserves our autonomy but also protects us from potential exploitation or harm. Moreover, exercising caution in choosing whom to trust with our personal narrative becomes paramount. In a culture that increasingly promotes oversharing, the ability to maintain privacy emerges as an undervalued skill. While the temptation to divulge every aspect of our lives to anyone who will listen may seem pervasive, exercising discretion in what, when, and with whom to share our experiences is prudent. By safeguarding certain aspects of our story, we assert control over our narrative and preserve our independence. In this endeavor, the protection of our mental well-being assumes paramount importance. Refraining from dwelling excessively on negative experiences and choosing instead to confide in trusted individuals who offer support and understanding becomes essential. Avoiding the pursuit of external validation, we come to recognize that the value of our relationships lies not in their quantity but in their quality. In cherishing and nurturing these meaningful connections, we find solace, strength, and a profound sense of fulfillment.
You distribute them assemble a group of trusted friends and family who can assist and comprehend you. Distributing our narratives can aid us connect with others and grasp them better, but it's also imperative to be cautious and sagacious. We can safeguard our well-being and maintain the veracity of our personal narratives by being circumspect about what we distribute and with whom. Digit 7. Don't assent merely to gratify them. Digit 7. Don't assent just to render them content. When you assent to undertake things you don't wish to do, you're betraying your individual happiness. It's akin to swapping your preferred pastimes for ones that don't captivate you in any way. As Marcus Aurelius expressed, the happiness of your life hinges on the caliber of your thoughts. So when you have to undertake things that contradict what you genuinely desire to do, it's typical to feel unhappy and as though you're straying from the path. But it's time to emancipate from this. Recall that life isn't a platform where you must perform for other people's endorsement. It's about being authentic and remaining true to yourself even when it's arduous. Heed your heart and possess the audacity to disengage if something doesn't feel right. Your life is your own tale to script, not merely a peripheral subplot in someone else's. You're the protagonist and champion of your expedition, and it's time to assume the lead and live your life on your own terms. It's facile to assent with others merely to preserve the tranquility or evade dissent in a realm where social concord appears to be exceedingly crucial. Nevertheless, candid dialogue and interaction are crucial for sustaining solid relationships and evolving as an individual. One facet of this is that you can't just concur to render other people content. Let's delve into this further. Preserving your rectitude. If you assent with someone merely to render them content, you might be relinquishing your own convictions and principles. It's crucial to be yourself even if that means dissenting with others, forging genuine relationships. Being authentic is the key to establishing meaningful relationships. When you articulate what you genuinely believe, you enable people to acquaint with the genuine you, which leads to deeper, more authentic exchanges. Eliciting people to converse different viewpoints and courteous dissent are crucial for robust dialogue. When you articulate what you genuinely believe, you aid people engage in robust dialogues and disseminate their notions, rendering self-expression simpler. It's crucial to be certain of your words when you vocalize. If you don't assent just to gratify other people, you afford yourself the liberty to share your own distinct standpoint and contribute to conversations. Reflect on your own journey and cultivate self-assurance by acknowledging your inherent value and competencies, irrespective of external opinions or the presence of others. Set and achieve your own objectives, navigate challenges, and celebrate victories, no matter how modest. This practice will bolster your confidence and foster meaningful connections. It's vital to be comfortable with solitude, but avoid complete isolation. Forge genuine bonds with individuals in your community, family, and circle of friends who support and motivate you, individuals who value and respect your authenticity. Combat negative thoughts, confront irrational fears, and challenge self-doubt that inhibits your ability to embrace solitude. Be compassionate toward yourself and replace self-limiting beliefs with affirming statements. Instead of fixating on perceived flaws, focus on strengths and possibilities. Embrace your independence, reframing solitude as an opportunity for personal growth and empowerment. Learn to embrace solitude and rely on yourself for happiness and fulfillment. Acknowledge that independence fosters strength and resilience. Overcome the fear of solitude and cultivate genuine confidence and happiness by internalizing these lessons. Remember, happiness emanates from within, and solitude should not deter you from pursuing your dreams and savoring life to the fullest. Digit 9. Celebrate every triumph, no matter how small. It's easy to become preoccupied with pleasing others and meeting their needs, often overlooking our own achievements. Yet, each step forward, regardless of its size, merits celebration and recognition. Consider your journey akin to a trek, with each step inching you closer to your destination. Reflect on the milestones along the way, markers of progress that signify your strength and determination. As Epicurus wisely noted, never hinge your happiness on the approval of others. Therefore, take a moment to revel in your efforts and accomplishments, acknowledging the late nights, sweat, and obstacles overcome. Every triumph, no matter how minor, underscores your resilience and fortitude. Let's celebrate them all, deriving joy and inspiration from the journey. Life isn't solely about reaching your destination. It's about relishing every twist, turn, victory, and setback. Let's toast to our journey, commemorating our triumphs and finding solace in every moment along the way. As we conclude our discourse, contemplate the power of choice and the beauty of authenticity. You possess the strength and wisdom to navigate life's decisions in alignment with your deepest desires, irrespective of external pressures. Remember, you are free to carve your path, celebrating what makes you unique and crafting a narrative rooted in your values and beliefs. Prioritize your well-being over others' demands, steering your life with confidence and authenticity. Amidst life's hustle, it's easy to overlook small victories, yet these triumphs fuel our drive, bolster our confidence, and propel us forward. Adopting a mindset of celebrating every win, no matter how minor, fosters gratitude and resilience. Such celebrations cultivate positive momentum, instigating a domino effect that emboldens you to tackle larger challenges with unwavering determination. Acknowledge and embrace these victories, for they affirm your self-worth and fortify your resolve. As Stoics espoused, true freedom stems from mastering one's thoughts and actions. Therefore, resist the urge to conform or sacrifice your autonomy. Forge your path based on intrinsic values and aspirations. Embrace change, commit to personal growth, and remain steadfast in your pursuit of authenticity. Well, Stoics, we're nearing the end of today's adventure. I hope these principles have been helpful to demonstrate to a woman what you're made of. Remember to comment on how you found today's journey. Also, don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell for more content like this. See you next time.